Hello, this is S.K. Williams, also known as Lord Williams. And today I'm presenting another video in my series on free speech. A series that began when Alex Jones was banned and when a serious debate occurred on what should and should not be permitted in private companies. Now, I, for one, am an advocate for free speech, and I think that what happened to Alex Jones is reprehensible. I believe Alex Jones is nothing more than a boorish conspiracy theorist. I found his show to be ridiculous. I didn't believe his claims, and I still don't. I'm not really a supporter of Alex Jones in that regard, but if you're going to deplatform him, I will stand up for his rights. But the question that I have set before me isn't whether or not it was right to ban Alex Jones or even to collude to do so. And I realize these companies colluded. I realize they got together and made a conscientious decision to remove him. And I know that this is a first step, and if they had gotten away with it, they would have started banning other people on the same precedent. But the question is one of legality. So, this isn't going to be about my opinion or how I feel, but what is legal, and a discussion on revisions of the law. So, was it legal to ban Alex Jones from Facebook, Snapchat, Apple, and dozens of other places, Facebook, for example? The disturbing answer to that is yes, it is legal. These are private companies, and they don't actually have any requirement in law to protect your free speech. They can do as they like with your content. When you upload a video to YouTube or Snapchat, you still own the copyright to that video, but they don't have to make it public. They don't have to show it to anyone. Since they are listed as private companies with private associations, they do have a right to remove whomsoever they wish from their site. Now, there is a debate, which I'm sure most of you are aware of, on whether or not these companies should be treated as public utilities rather than as private enterprises. Some think the government should completely take them over altogether, and others think they can remain private companies but operate under the same basic provisions as a public utility like the electric company and not be allowed to discriminate against you based upon your beliefs. Personally, while I don't like that, because I do believe in freedom of private ownership, when it comes to protecting people's ability to get their messages out there, in the modern world, sites like YouTube are necessary. And Facebook is necessary. 60% of employers won't even hire you unless you have an active social media account. I never liked social media, and I'm not on it. But considering how important it is, and how everyone else can use it to spread their messages, if these companies can decide to strip you of your voice and just take you off their platforms all at once, you are crippled. So what do I personally feel? Well, I don't know. I actually do see merit into making these into public utilities, or at least treating them as such. I see merit in the government taking them over. But I also think that maybe another solution would be for the government to create its own video sharing websites, something like public access television or PBS, where everyone is free to post on it, provided it's not criminal activity. I honestly don't know what the solution is, because I'm torn. I believe in private property rights and ownership and people having power to control what they own, but I also believe that in this day and age, you need a platform, and those platforms should allow you that voice. So that's why I lean toward perhaps having a government institution set up to provide a video platform service for everyone. The only downside is this would be paid for by taxes because it is the government. And it would be the only way to ensure that it continues to exist. But the government, while itself not always trustworthy, at the very least has a better track record in the United States than does YouTube or Google in general, than does Mark Zuckerberg, than do any of these other companies that banned Alex Jones. And the other alternative, the one that most people are talking about, and the one that is most likely to occur if anything happens at all, is that they are simply rebranded as public utilities, or at least treated as such, and are mandated by law to allow people on their platform unless they actually violate the terms of service or unless they actually advocate something criminal. And if that happens, I would be okay with it. Because in this modern age, we need to be able to get our voices out. And this is how it's done. These aren't just companies that provide a service. They're the companies that connect us with the broader world. In my next video, I'm going to discuss my own political views. It's something I don't like discussing on this channel, but I feel it necessary to give a better perspective of who I am so that people won't try and use that against me. But for now, I thought I would present this particular video on free speech. It's not very long, but it says what it has to say. I didn't have much else to say at this time, so thank you, God bless, and goodbye.